just gonna laugh unnecessarily. Oh man, yeah. So it was the end of our set. We had played from like 9:30 until 1:55, and we were just getting to 2 o'clock, which was the end of the gig. I was exhausted. I had worked the whole day up until it, and Santa Claus came in maybe around 1:30 or so, and he comes in and he's got like a little short guy as his friend. And
like an elf or just a short guy as his friend?
Just a short guy. Who I was like, that's his elf. So I announced them as they walk into the bar, and everybody gives them a round of applause, and people start taking photos with him. They were pretty cool initially until Santa Claus starts unnecessarily dancing close to me up on stage. Then he decides to profess to us that he's a drummer, and our drummer takes no shit. And he's like, no fucking way are you playing the drums. And he's like, okay, I won't play any drums. And I'm like, dude, Santa Claus is gonna get in this. So throughout the last 2 songs, we started seeing Santa Claus and his elf, I'm gonna call them, approach the stage more and more. Get like real close. Come up, high five me. I'm like, high fives are fine. Don't touch my stuff or me. Then they start touching my tablet, which I have in the event that I need to find the lyrics for a song. So now they start fidgeting with my tablet, and I'm like, guys, out of here. And then they start playing with our sound guy's soundboard. Just like pretending to DJ with it, and our sound guy doesn't take any shit. I'm the only person that is like okay with idiots playing around. Like people have jumped on stage and kind of sung with me on songs. Nobody else takes that shit. They'll kick them right off. So they started getting a little too aggressive, and the bouncers started coming over, and I was like, no shit, like we're actually gonna throw down with Santa Claus in this bar. So it got to the point where Santa Claus grabbed for my mic on our last song. I'm like, let's just get through this song and go home. Santa Claus is gonna be out of here in 2 seconds.
I never knew Santa Claus was such a problem.
He's such a problem. And I'm thinking like, doesn't Hoboken have enough SantaCon problems? Why did they have to bring it up here to my gig? So Santa Claus.
So this whole time I'm thinking it's like the bar or whatever like hired the Santa to come in.
No, this was just a random Santa that showed up at 1:30 a.m. Just shows up and he's already lit. So he's already good to go. Shows up, starts partying and having a good time. And he was okay initially, but then it just escalated. So started grabbing onto my mic during the last song, and I had it. So I kind of forcefully swatted, kind of like a parent does when a kid is trying to reach for something. I just slapped the hand, and mid-song, it was Even Flow by Pearl Jam. Mid-song, I was just like, no.
Even
Slap.
Flow.
One of the bouncers come over. I put my foot out and kind of just like just move him out of the way. Just gently nudge him away. He then throws up the Notre Dame Fighting Dukes.
God.
Like not the Notre Dame Dukes, and he like rumbled like that to the bouncer.
Which is great because he's in a Santa costume.
Because it's great. So he's like hopping in a Santa costume, and I'm like, oh my god, Santa's gonna get his ass kicked.
To be funny, or like he thought like I'm gonna throw down.
I don't know. I was serious. I was ready to go. Our sound guy was ready to go, and I'm like, why? At 2 o'clock in the morning, I have to work in like 5 hours. I don't need to throw down with the Santa Claus right now. So he's like, bouncers, get him out. This sounds good. He gets kicked out. Everybody claps. It was fantastic. We finished the set. It was awesome. But at that point, I was like, I couldn't believe that today is the day that I invite Santa Claus.
That's awesome.
A week before Christmas.
Santa's got to learn a lesson or two.
Santa's a fool.
You know, he's very judgmental. Naughty or nice, but no one's ever looking at him. No one's ever turning that table around.
See, nobody's got the judgment on him. Where's the scales of justice for Santa Claus?
Yeah, no.
And his elves.
You were the scale of justice. With the foot. Not today, Santa Claus. Not today.
That was the only thing that I could think of how to get him away. So the slap, I was like, ooh boy, now I hit a guy. But he slapped his hand. And now I'm like, how do I just nudge him away? I'm like, I got it. I'm just going to put my foot on him and just slowly do a leg press and see if he moves.
Oh my God.
And he kind of just shifted with it. I'm like, oh, this is working. I got separated.
That is awesome. Just double check that that's recording. I believe it is, but
okay.
It's like I got like PTSD now from this.
I have PTSD now from Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one crying at our kid's first encounter with Santa.
Speaking of kids, first off, anyone listening in, I just want to introduce, I am continuing my high school reunion adventures. I am here with none other than Chris Frasciello.
Howdy, howdy. I am Chris.
We are in Mahwah, New Jersey. I am home for the holidays, so I figured I'd get a couple interviews in and reconnect with old friends.
Yeah, well, I'm thankful for you having me, and I'm thankful for you coming to my place to do the interview.
Yeah, no problem. I'm excited to be here. Anyone watching, they can kind of see in the camera
I don't know how much Christmas theme you get here, but on video, but we do deck this place out a little Christmassy.
Okay. So, as we were saying, you have something coming along the way.
We do. We have something that's been cooking, I would say.
Baking.
We've got something baking in the oven, and my wife now is 4 months pregnant. I believe I would say 20 weeks, 5 months. I can't count. That's why she's here. So thank you. 5 weeks. No, 20 weeks, 5 months pregnant.
Jess is just off camera. Hi, Jess.
Jess, yeah. Correct anytime you want. I need the big board. Yeah, so she's 5 months pregnant, and she's due May 8th.
Ooh,
2018,
okay.
And that'll be our first child.
That's right. Did you guys write that somewhere when she was due? Because Alexis was like, "She's doing the baby's doing my birthday." So
yes, she posted that when we did the announcement that she was pregnant. Ultimately,
yeah. So May 8th, that's the day, I guess.
May 8th is going to be the day. I wouldn't mind sharing. My birthday is April 21st, so 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
2 weeks early. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind sharing it.
Because because you don't know the gender yet, and if it's a boy, what's his is yours. Get some Nerf guns.
And if it is a boy, which we will find out December 28th. Well, we won't. My sister-in-law will. We're going to go to the appointment and get the results. Not look at them, put them in an envelope, and then we're going to do a gender reveal on January 6th, which is the Italian Little Christmas. So I thought that was a really fun thing to do.
Oh.
And
wait, what's Italian Little Christmas?
So Little Christmas is like the Italian Christmas. It's on January 6th, and it's basically when the wise men showed up to see Jesus ultimately.
Did they get kicked off the stage too?
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They showed up. They did show up with some frankincense and myrrh and gold, but they didn't show up drunk. So that was at least a good thing. So we're going to be finding out. We won't. The December 28th and January 6th will be the huge gender reveal, which we're going to be doing in Montvale at either her. It's going to be yours. It's going to be her childhood home in Montvale.
That's awesome. Are you guys excited? Are you leaning towards one gender or the other?
Absolutely. We are both leaning towards a boy.
Oh,
However, history has kind of given us a map that we're probably going to be having a girl.
Wow.
She's, on her side,
I guess, yeah,
she's one of 3 girls.
Yeah.
And I'm the only boy out of 4. So I have 3 sisters, she has 2, and no other boys. So we kind of have the deck stacked against us, but we're always hopeful. We would absolutely, we don't care what we have. It's all just hopeful. It'd be really nice if we had a boy, because, we think that might be a really nice thing for us to have. I've never had a brother. She never had a brother. It'd be nice to just have a boy rolling around the household, and nice to be dominated by males.
That's right. Sorry. Gotta get some testosterone in this place.
No, we have enough testosterone.
We gotta tone down the testosterone in this place, man.
Maybe we do need a girl
Who was I talking to? It's all my buddy. He's from Long Island, lives in Cali now. He's, I think, the only boy, and he's in the same situation as you. He's got 3 older sisters.
Oof. And
they all just dominate. They all have kids now. They're all older. So he was explaining his ups and downs with that, which is pretty funny in itself.
I never realized how male dominant my household was until I actually counted it out later in my middle school age, and I noticed I was like, okay, I've got my mom, my older sister, my 2 younger sisters, and my cat. They were all females, and it was me and my dad. And I'm like, wow, we are very, very outnumbered here in this household. Is that going to affect me in any way? And I don't think it really did. I think I had an even better appreciation for women.
I was going to say, it gives you a better understanding on some level versus a guy that was just all dudes in his house.
I definitely think that. I definitely think that I had...
you get to see the versions of women very early on that most young gentlemen did not.
That was one thing that helped me with Jess when we started dating, which my wife, Jess, we've been married for 2.5 years now. We had been dating for a little over a decade, 13 years.
High school, middle school.
And we started in high school. Well, we started dating, quote unquote, in 6th grade, where I had passed a note to one of my guy friends to pass to her, asking her if she would date me. So, that broken telephone, but it worked.
Yeah.
And she said yes. I don't know why. After her saying yes, never spoke to her for like a good 6 months.
Got the yes, I'm good for a while.
I gotta give it to her. She stuck with me.
There you go.
For 6 months for no
Props
reason.
to Jess over there for sticking with this guy.
I think she saw something in me. She saw that diamond in the rough, to quote Aladdin. So with that, we then broke up the summer after 6th grade. And for no reason, I was heartbroken. Just shattered. Like, why did she break up with me? Maybe because I never spoke to her or saw her? Maybe. So then we started dating again our sophomore year of high school. And with that, I really fell in love with her again. And at that point, actually, I really wanted to have kids.
Okay.
And I would talk to her about that. And I tell her about it now, is that when we first started dating, she had gotten pregnant, we'd have a teenager right now. And how cool
That'd be crazy.
How cool would that be, just hanging out with your teenage kid?
That's wild to even think about.
To even think about it now. I mean, now that I have a newborn coming in 5 months, to have like a teenager right now is like otherworldly. I wouldn't know where my life would have been.
Yeah.
Had we had a child earlier on.
Okay. We'll take a little break before I get into the baby questions. We're going to play a little game.
All right.
I try to do a little music transition here, but no one ever joins me in on it, so I just end up making noises.
So we're gonna do a little music transition because it is Christmas.
Okay.
Sorry, Hanukkah has just passed. I don't know. I'm sorry, all the Jews out there. Sorry, George Blackman.
Sorry, Greg.
We're gonna do that. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Even Hanukkah. I don't know.
Oh, thank God.
I don't know the rest of the song.
I was almost messing up the part you did say, too. I was like, have a special time of year. Okay. We're going with accents and impressions.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Yeah, let's go.
So we're going to go, I'll hold it first. You do the impressions, I try and guess it, and then we'll switch off. Yeah. We apologize ahead of time to
Absolutely
everyone.
everyone.
Ethnicity. We don't claim to be good accent impersonators. So let's see how this goes.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much.
Country? Southern?
It's a
Oh, Elvis. Oh,
Yes.
I thought it was like, why is he doing Elvis for it?
My Brussels.
Gollum?
Yes.
These aren't. I was thinking countries. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Andy Dufresne.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes. Oh no. Can we pass?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my big fat Greek wedding. I'm sorry. Oh my God, how can I not think of it? Okay, so are you going to the Louvre?
Oh, French.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my God. I packed a car down by the harbour.
It's wicked dark. Wicked dark, bro. Dude.
I'm gonna punch you. I'll eat your family.
Oh, Mike Tyson.
Yes.
I'm gonna eat your children.
Oh my God, New Jerseyan was the last one. I wish I had gotten that.
My defense is pregnant. Are you liking this, Jess?
I'm so into Meredith.
I think we killed it.
That was very good. I was expecting way more countries, and
I was just expecting.
Which only means that it's probably gonna happen to me now. Let's see. Thank you very much.
Chinese. Japanese. That's Chinese.
bring it down. Push it down. If you've seen the movie Snatch, Brad Pitt, I take a horse for the plot.
Irish.
It's like a version of that. And they go down to the
Welsh?
pass it. It was Cockney.
Oh my God, no way.
I don't even. I wish I'm from Alaska.
Sarah Palin?
Yes. Yes.
Did it again?
We have many clubs.
Russian.
Yep.
Sylvester Stallone?
Yep. Oh boy, that's a whole new
Mickey
one.
Mouse.
Yep. Hey, Yankees are gonna go all the way this year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Represent. Best of the 5 boroughs.
Who was
Bronx.
Oh, Bron. See, once I got into the mindset of characters, I totally lost.
Yeah.
Geography.
This last round, we're gonna alternate every single one.
All right,
so
I'm in.
Quick speed. Here we go.
Oh, it's like very much.
Thank you. Oh, it's so bad.
I want to suck your blood.
They're gonna say suck something else.
So do I.
Dracula.
The
Transylvanian.
yes.
Oh
my God, Godfather?
But who's the guy?
I don't know. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry, all Italians.
It's Marlon Brando.
Yeah, thank you.
What's the deal with all these people?
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Passes.
No. It's so easy. I'm so nervous. Why am I? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Spanish?
Yes.
Oh. I was like, what
Dude,
the-
I was blanking hard.
Hey, you guys, don't call me fat.
Cartman.
Yep.
Well, look what we brought here, Pilgrim.
Cowboy. Western. Clint Eastwood. What the guy's name? Wyatt Earp.
John Wayne.
John Wayne. That's not John Wayne. John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Nice. How'd that first game feel?
That first game felt good. It felt
It's a
good.
nice break. It gets you loosey goosey and.
It got me thinking on a different plane.
Yeah. That's good. So, on route to have a kid, I feel like it's never really logged how that process feels. What is it like in this pre-born baby out of the oven?
Well, right now it's totally exciting for me. I know that for Jess it's probably like scary. Like she's going through the most changes right now, but for me this is like a dream come true. I've wanted this for years, and to have this baby is going to be like the coolest thing. I would love to be a stay-at-home dad to begin with.
That's my goal.
Same. But going through this process now has been kind of on the easy side. Luckily, we've been fortunate enough to have, her mother was a pediatrician, and we have great contacts and a great crew of people around us that are giving us support. My parents, her parents, and being able to have that as like a support system makes this a lot easier. And leading up to it, I think that the closer we get is going to be more stressful. But right now, it's just a dream.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel sick. She's in her second trimester, so she's not really going through the nausea phase, which brings a lot less stress on me because I don't have to kind of cherry pick through the pantry and figure out what she wants to eat or what she will eat or what I can and cannot eat or what I can and cannot bring in the house. And those things have been fine. The next big hurdle is going to be once we find the gender to do the guest room into the baby room.
Okay.
And then baby proofing the house.
What are the three of the hardest things so far that of this process? Whether it's like
3 of the hardest things so far. One is finding time to. Okay, so I'll do it this way. So the hardest thing so far is making sure that we're financially set to have the baby. Then the second one, which is basically like a direct issue with the first one, is finding time to spend with Jess. Because I'm trying to going back to the first one, because I'm trying to gather as much money for us to be able to take care of the kid and get our finances in order, I'm working a lot more. And that is now putting stress on me wanting to spend time with her her last appointment last week, the doctor told us that the baby now can hear what's going on in the real world. So I want to be there for that. I want to like read books. I want to sing songs to the child, and I want to be here for her. Like I don't want her to be sitting around at home waiting for me to come home from work. But at the same time, going back to the first one, it's just we need to be financially sound for it. And then the third one is probably going to be fighting with family and relatives.
Everyone's trying to give their opinion
about how to take care of it.
That's gotta be horrible.
You need to do this. No, do this.
So far, it's been okay, and I think that the best thing to do is be prepared. If you're prepared and you have a game plan and you have knowledge and confidence on your side, most other people, when they try to give in their 2 cents, they kind of fall to the wayside and they kind of back off and almost support your theories because they see that you've done your homework. You know, it's easy for when somebody says, I don't know anything of how to do this, give me some advice. You could just flip a coin and throw anything out there and they'll probably take it because they haven't done any research. So I think having the background and mindset, which that's all I've been doing, is since I found out that she was pregnant, all I've been doing is reading books. And a lot of them are repetitive with how to be supportive, how to encourage her to do things.
Don't piss her off, rule number 1.
One of the biggest things about pissing her off or trying to voice yourself to her is instead of it being an argument, they always use the keyword encourage. So during the first trimester, she was going through a lot of like food aversions. Thank you for the word. So she was going through a lot of food aversions, and she wouldn't eat anything. She wouldn't want anything besides like bagel. And then she advanced to bagel and cream cheese. And I'm like, can we do like vegetables or fruits? She's like, no vegetables, no fruit. And I'm like, okay, according to my book, I should encourage you to make better
complicated negotiation
decisions.
What needs do you have?
and that kind of helped because usually I would like blow my lid. I'd be like, stop eating bagels. Come on, find something else to eat. And she was like, no, I don't want to. And then I'd be like, how can I help you? I want to help you. I want to be here. Now I'm just like, listen, she's going to do what she can do. People have been having babies on every type of diet for the longest time. What I'm doing in these next 9 months may or may not help. But the most that I can do is encourage her, keep her comfortable, keep her happy. And
stress-free.
And stress-free. And that alleviates a lot of stress on me as well. If I see that she's not having a bad time, if she's stress-free, I'm stress-free. And who am I to put more stress on her for no reason if she seems like she's doing all right?
Good tip for any other fathers expecting. Is there any like weird like thing you never expected so far that has happened?
Oh yeah, I became like an organic, holistic freak to the point where we live in the 21st century, so we have clean water that run through our pipes, and this is a pretty new place, but I got shower head filters for everything.
Oh wow!
All of our showers have for her. Not even in anticipation for having the baby. I want the baby to be showered with ultra filtered clean water. I also wanted her because I read that it can seep in through her skin and into the baby. So whatever she's absorbing through her skin or whatever she's ingesting is directly going to be taken in by the baby. So I want the best that I could possibly bring for the baby.
There you go. Another tip for you guys.
That was one of the big things. And also I threw out all of our cleaning supplies outside of so we have rubbing alcohol, we have distilled white vinegar, and baking soda as basically our cleaning supplies, and plant-based dish soap.
Wow, I had to wear a hazmat suit when I walked in.
Is that
I got sprayed twice with a hose.
And essential oils. Essential oils have become like my new thing.
Which oil are we talking here? Lavender, peppermint?
I love me some lavender, peppermint. When I was growing my beard out for No Shave November, I had created my own beard oil.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So attached to those, there was lavender. The base was cedarwood, but for most of our aromatic essential oils, it was mostly lavender. I almost like gassed us the first time I had bought. We had was it peppermint?
It was peppermint. Yeah.
It was the peppermint one, and I didn't know how to do the diffusers. Now it's one of the natural diffusers. So you light a tea light candle, and on top of it, it's like a porcelain dish, and you fill it like 99% with water, and then a drop or two of the essential oil, and it diffuses into the room. Well, I was like, okay, so I put like a couple of drops of water, and then like 10 drops of the peppermint. And my eyes were going.
The ratio.
My nose was.
That's so bad, guys.
I'm like, oh my god, are you okay, Jess? And I'm like, no, it's not bad in here. It's not bad at all. She goes, she starts coughing. I'm like,
It's more tingly than hot.
I guess that's in my own house. But then, since then, I haven't put the peppermint into the diffuser.
Peppermint
So
is out.
It's been lavender and like Hawaiian tropic flavorings.
Okay.
So that's another thing that I've been doing, and I never thought that would have been something that I even considered. And now, as we get closer to her due date, it's more becoming to the point where I want so many organic and like natural things for the baby that our pool for our community, I'm like, no way. I know exactly what's going in that pool. It is horrible. I'll dive in. I don't care. You can drench me in those chemicals, turn my hair purple, go crazy. My kid's not stepping foot in that damn pool.
Hilarious. You're gonna have that kid that's just covered in zinc and sunblock. That's just like, my dad told me to cover up.
No, it's just gonna be the aloe plant.
Just pure aloe.
Because I don't know what's in the sunblock.
He's gonna be the kid that when he's in school and he gets like a cut, you're like, oh, go see the nurse. I'll pull out a piece of an aloe plant. Like, oh no, my dad makes me take this with me all the time. I just cut it open, get the little juices inside.
He's gonna be like Adrian Brody in Predators, where he's just like in the jungle and he's like mashes up a couple of leaves and puts it over the wound and covers it up. He's like, I'm good.
He's gonna be
thanks.
what's that? He's gonna be like Bear Grylls by age 2. All right, we got a second game going.
Okay.
This one I have not done yet on this podcast. It is called How Would You Proceed?
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to ask you a question. This is fun because, and I'm doing this with you because we used to do this all the time when we were younger. We would think of a scenario and we'd talk. My friend home, Crystal, shout out to Crystal if you're listening, she always makes fun of me for this because I always like over talk scenarios. Like everyone's like, oh, what if this happened and what if that? And I'll just keep going and they're like, all right, no one else is talking.
Because you dive wholeheartedly into it.
I'm in the
I dive,
scene.
and then at the end of the conversation, I want that to happen.
Yeah, like, and I think I've even gotten the neurochemical signals that's like, I just lived through that experience. I've experienced it.
You come out of it, you're sweating, you're like, oh man, I just had to run 15 miles from my house to the gas station.
All right, so you're outside your favorite restaurant. It's a fancy, upscale, 5-star Michelin
I know
restaurant.
exactly which one.
Jackie Chan you're waiting for your car. Jackie Chan pulls up and throws you his keys, and he says, "Park my car. You're a good man." How do you proceed?
Well, first I look to my wife for approval because I want to know if she's like, "What the hell?" Jackie Chan rolls up, throws me the keys. First thing I do is I catch him and I go, "Are these your keys?" And then he's like, "Yes, park my car." And I'm like, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?"
But what if he's like, "Excuse me, just park my car. I just want to eat. Stop bothering me."
Then me, in the nicest way possible, I say, "I'm sorry, Mr. Chan." Because I'm not going to call him Jackie Chan because they probably guessed that a million times. So I'm going to compose myself and give him Mr. Chan. Say, "Excuse me, Mr. Chan, I am not the valet. However, I will go find the valet for you and they will park your car."
I don't get what the problem is. Just park my car. You seem like a nice boy. Please park my car.
Now I'm ready to throw down on Jackie Chan. Now what I do is I put my foot on Jackie Chan and just like Santa Claus and just shove him
It all comes full circle.
gently. That's it.
It all comes full
my
circle.
training from Santa Claus has now brought me to
Santa Claus was actually Jackie Chan trying to get back at you. He's like, I'm gonna get this guy. Okay, second scenario. You're at the Super Bowl. Okay,
Mm.
so packed stadium,
Yeah.
everyone is there.
Heat is
Zombie
on.
outbreak.
Oh
Happens at the
no!
stadium. Like I'm talking, you're just seeing left and right, and now you've not only got to survive, but you got to get back home.
Oh
How
no!
do you proceed? And we'll make it easier. We'll say that the Super Bowl is at Giant Stadium.
Okay.
In the Meadowlands, so you've got to get back to here.
Mm-hmm.
How do we? What's the plan of action?
Who's with me?
Good question. Good question.
Like, if it's like friends.
Zoobs is with you. For those who don't know, would be very difficult in this situation.
One, because he would just keep asking me stupid questions throughout the day. And then two, he's just out of shape.
I wanted to give you someone that would be hard.
Okay, so because my family aren't there, and I don't have to worry about
That's
like
right, you have all these
sacrificing them.
underlying circumstances.
I have all of these wild cards of other people. So that initial thrust to get to a vehicle, it doesn't even have to be mine. I've got to get out of the stadium. Any means necessary. I'm stabbing people with my pen. They give you the aluminum cans, or do they not anymore? No, the aluminum cans are turning into weapons, straight up. And I'm gonna hammer them out, stomp on them. I'm making like little blades.
Chris, I have to go to the bathroom real quick.
Nope.
Chris, come
see
on.
See ya, Zoobs.
You're being so annoying right
See you,
now,
Zeus.
Chris. Just okay. Let's go over here. Let's see if we can just steal a car. Let's just take this car right now.
Perfect. Let's get in the car.
Cool. Let's get this bus. It's half empty.
No.
No gas.
No. No.
Chris,
we're
the
fucking
keys
not.
are right there. Let's just go there.
I feel like a lot of it would be just me yelling at the top of my lungs the whole time.
Chris, if you yell, the zombies are gonna get closer. They're getting closer to the car, Chris.
I don't care.
All right, hold on. My shoelace is untied. I gotta tie my shoe.
I kill him.
Okay, we're in the car now. All right, let's drive. We're driving. Chris, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Let's stop at
I'm
White
hungry.
Manna.
Yeah, can we stop somewhere? Oh, I didn't tell you, but there's been a zombie in the back seat, and he's getting he just woke up.
Zoobs. I kick Zoobs out of the car.
Okay.
Zoobs has got to go initially. Zombies in the back seat of the car. Fight the zombie off. Probably do like a really cool like a seat belt wrap around the neck. Squeeze tight to the pop.
Okay.
Now my place is disgustingly full of zombie guts and shit. I try to make it to. Well, I've got my cell phone on me, so I'm gonna be calling everybody that I know. It's gonna be my parents first, and I know that they're gonna be in Montvale probably. So give them a call. Tell them get to police headquarters as soon as possible.
Chris, would you say get to what? Why are you so
There's
panicked?
a fucking zombie outbreak. I just killed Zoobs.
You have an acne outbreak? Why do you have to call me for an acne outbreak? Chris, aren't you supposed to be at the Super Bowl? Like, you're wasting a once-in-a-lifetime
Kill them
experience.
too. We're moving on.
He hung up. I don't know what's going on, guys.
My problem and ultimate downfall during a zombie outbreak will probably be that I want to try to get as many people that I care about to safety at any risk of my own life. And it's going to be their fault that I lose my life ultimately. People aren't going to listen unless they just fall in line. And I'm not going to be very persuasive with the way that I'm pitching it to them. I'm going to be like, there's a fucking zombie outbreak. There'll be tons of profanity and it'll sound very strange, but I hope that they would hear like the elevated presence of my voice that something is actually.
Okay, so everyone's at the police station. Everyone's there. You're just like, oh my god, I actually saved every single person I want to save.
This is
now
perfect.
you just have to go in.
We're locked down.
You're about to go into the house. Jackie Chan opens the door and says, "Oh, what are you doing? Go park my car, please." and then he presses you.
He presses my back. No, then I grab his foot and we look at each other like in his movies. He's like, oh, and then he throws a spin kick and hits me. I do a spin down and I'm like, oh. And there's like powder because every Jackie Chan movie they have white powder.
That's right.
So it's like poof after it hits me. I spin down. My family runs in. He and I are now duking it out, and I'm like, Jackie, this is not the time for this.
I just want you to park my car. Why is this so hard for you? We're in zombie apocalypse.
I'm like, yeah, we're in the zombie apocalypse. Your car means nothing right now.
Even Zoobs is here.
And Zoobs comes out of nowhere. He's all road
Oh,
rash.
yeah, that's your ultimate demise. Is while you're fighting, he's finally about to let you in. You finally make amends with Jackie Chan. You're about to walk in. Zoobs, who, because you killed him, is now a zombie. It becomes the most efficient he has in his life. Bites you as you're about to enter in. And he's like,
Can before that happen, when Jackie Chan and I make amends, can we do the like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers handshake? Okay, that's all worth it.
Nice.
But with Jackie Chan. So Zoobs bites me, and that's my ultimate demise.
Zoobs and
And I
Jackie
go
Chan.
down just yelling Zoobs at the top of my lungs. So it started with me yelling Zoobs at the top of my lungs, and ends with me yelling Zoobs.
But at least you were able to make amends with Jackie Chan.
I was.
I think it's the moral lesson learned there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. The best thing you have to do is make amends.
So Jackie Chan. Awesome. How'd you feel about that game? That was great. That was fun. Always fun to throw curveballs. Let's talk high school.
I would be a horrible leader of a post-apocalyptic world.
I would not be good either.
I would basically be Negan. Just go like, I don't trust anything about you. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
What's the mullet guy's name? Minus the smarts.
Daryl.
I'd be him.
Not
No, not Daryl, the smart guy.
Eugene.
I'd be Eugene without the intelligence. I'd just be like, I'm biting your nuts.
But you would be. But
On
you would
the
be like
inside.
pompous.
Yeah. Well, just more of his timidness in the first half.
Okay. Just sort of timidness. Everybody wants to be Daryl or Rick.
I would not. I would just not. I wish I could be, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
you want to be.
I'd want
You hope that you have that,
Yeah.
but I'm
I
probably
hope I
gonna be-
crack and turn into. Man, I'm just bombing on names here. The girl who's just a badass.
Maggie.
Not Maggie.
Michonne.
Not Michonne. Gray hair.
Carol.
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 I forget her name. Yeah.
Carol's dark.
Yeah,
I would. Michonne, totally.
I
would
just
love
want
to
that
be
sword.
freaking
I would
Michonne.
just
I want that sword.
Or I'd be dark like with this bow staff. Why am I killing? I'm just,
Oh yeah, he was cool. I liked his mentor. His mentor.
I did not like
had-
that episode.
No.
I wasn't feeling.
I mean, he had to kind of do like that, like
Yeah,
the
I know
mentor
that.
trainee type thing. But yeah, that was kind of fast forwarded and kind of strange that he
Yeah.
was still alive. But I get it. But I would totally have the Michonne two chained up.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wouldn't be my family members like
No,
she
no,
did.
no.
That was a little sadistic. But I would have people chained up like all around. I'd have like a 360 kind of thing, and I could just walk through
Just walk
crowds,
everywhere, yeah.
and they would just like usher me through.
I would just keep like a little pocket, like a little Ziploc bag of like zombie guts. So it's like, oh, we have a problem. Okay, give me a second here. Be like my makeup bag.
Go pick. I think
So yeah, high school.
that was fun. Yeah, high school.
I was talking about this with Bleckner when I interviewed him. You know, we all come from the same school, same town, but yet our lives and
Well-
interactions were so different.
Ours?
Considering, like, anyone's could be like, just because we came, I find it interesting that just because we came from the same town doesn't mean we had the exact same like experiences. So
Sure.
we're kind of diving into that. He told his story at the party, breaking the vase.
Sure.
Do you have any
Sure.
just face palm moments?
I had one to the point where I thought that my whole church was going to get involved, and like an intervention, and I honestly thought that I might get arrested to this point. So this was as Jess and I were dating at the time, and long story short, she thought that she might be pregnant.
And how old is this?
16, 17.
Ooh, 16
Oh no,
pregnant.
17, 18, because it was our senior year. So we had. Oh my God. Okay. So everything basically embarrassing happened to me my senior year. So we had sex ed, and the other one we had humanities. So we'll do the humanities one first. So Jess came to me and she said, you know, we've been having sex now for several months, years at the time, I think. And she said, I think that I'm pregnant.
Ooh, that is.
And me, I'm like, no, I've got everything locked down. I know my game. It's worked. It's worked for ages. It's worked up until this point.
Flawless.
My pull-out game is flawless. It goes everywhere, but towards the egg. So I'm like, no freaking way. And I'm dead serious. And she's like, no, I really do think I am. Now we're in the hallway, waiting to go into our classroom.
Oh, jeez.
And she's like, no, I really think I am. I think I am. And I'm like, all right. And at this point, I was kind of getting fed up with her thinking that she was. And I'm like, I'm dead serious. You can't be. Like, there's no possible way that you are. Yes, you may be a little late. You might be stressed out. It is our senior year. We are graduating soon. Don't worry about it. Don't get too crazy. She said, no, I really, really do think I am. So, jokingly, as Dr. Harrington walks by, I say, well, if you are, I'll just push you down the stairs and we'll get rid of it.
Oh no!
Right?
Yeah.
So this was, I was at my wit's end, and this was just the thing. Not serious at all. But, so,
Oh boy.
now, you have to understand, Dr. Harrington goes to my church. And I've known him for years through my church. And after hearing that, didn't say anything to me, but then
I can't imagine what he was thinking when he heard
on a
that.
side conversation pulls Jess away and like confronts her
The
and is
woman
like,
too.
do we need to like intervene? Like, is he abusing you? And she's like, no, I don't think so. So then Jess came to me after they had brought her aside and like were like
How
consoling
many people is
her
this that brought her aside, right?
to the point. It was Dr. Harrington and who was the female teacher that taught humanities with him?
Ooh, I don't remember.
Williams, maybe?
Mrs. Williams?
Maybe.
That kind of sounds familiar.
We'll go with that.
But the two of them did, and we had their class. So I guess they had heard that. I think we had the whole class, and then at the end, they kept her and questioned her about it, and like, do we need to involve the authorities? Do we need to involve the school? Do we need to get his parents involved, your parents involved, all this? And we had the next class together. So she shows up late, and she's like, I have to talk to you.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh my God, like, did you find out that you're pregnant now? Like, did you blow my mind? No, so she told me that they had pulled her aside and talked to her about it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get arrested. Like, my life is freaking over. Like, I was joking about this stupid thing that it shouldn't have even been said, but now I'm gonna get arrested. My life is over. I'm not gonna go to college. My parents are gonna hate me. My church is gonna fucking kick me out. So I spoke to Dr. Harrington. I don't know how. I think he told my mother. And then he came over with his wife, and my parents were there, and they talked to me about it. And I was like, I was just joking. I really didn't mean it in any way. Please forgive me. And at the time, I was just trying to cover my end. I didn't want them to think that I was some like monster who was actually going to injure her in the event that she was pregnant. Because I was going back to before, I wanted to have a kid. Like, I was ready.
Yeah, you're right.
But I wasn't even thinking that she was pregnant. Like, in my mind, she couldn't have been pregnant, so I couldn't even be like happy for her. I was just annoyed that she kept going on and on that, oh, I might be pregnant. I'm like, you're not. So at the end of it, I'm going to throw you down the damn stairs. So then at that time, I was worried that they were going to tell my church. And at that point, premarital sex is bad.
Oh,
So now my church knows that
Just
I'm having premarital sex and that I'm abusive to my girlfriend. Then I'm not going to go to heaven. I'm screwed. There's no prayer that I can do
The
to
fiery
save
gates
me
of hell are
from
waiting.
this scenario. But in the end, I think that everybody cooled down and no authorities were involved and nobody else got involved after that. So that was our first. And I'd like to, for the record, when Jess did ultimately tell me this year that she was pregnant, I did not threaten to throw her down the stairs.
No. I'm calling back. There was no foot.
There was
Foot press.
There was no foot press like Santa Claus down the stairs.
There's no Santa Claus, no Jackie Chan, no Zoobs.
So now, sticking with the theme of sex in high school, we all took a sex ed class. And during one of, I guess, the more sensitive classes where they had brought out the model vaginas and model penises and how to use the condom and da-da-da, of course, Jess and I were in the same class together. So we were separated by the teacher. And I was sitting up at the front, basically underneath the teacher. So the teacher was right above me. And it was a 2-seater desk. And across from me was Mark Loeb. And I don't know why, but the teacher decides, hey, while we have all of these penises and vaginas everywhere, let's give everybody lollipops to suck on while we're talking about this. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So we've got the lollipops going. And lo and behold, Mark and I get into discussing where the clitoris is on this model vagina that we have in front of us. Now, me, being a studly, experienced veteran of sex at this point, know exactly where it is. And I'm like, it's right at the top there. And Mark is saying, no, it's in there. And I'm like, no, it's not. So, as perfect students would be, I use the tool that was given to me by the teacher, said lollipop, and I say, let's start examining this. And I point with my said lollipop to the clitoris. Now, yes, outside context, you think this stupid kid is playing with this goddamn vagina with his lollipop. And they're just having a time of their life, lollibanging this vagina. And I get booted.
Oh,
quick,
damn.
Get out. I'm out. I'm like, oh shit, so embarrassed. And my girlfriend is there too. So the first thing that she does when the teacher kicks me out, as I'm on my way out, she turns to Jess. She's like, how can you be with such a monster? And now I'm like, holy shit. I've now threatened to push my wife down the stairs. Push my girlfriend down the stairs, and I'm lollibanging vaginas in class.
Oh my God.
Go to the principal's office, plead my case with the principal. Principal's like, I understand your side, but the teacher's side, the teacher, she was out to lynch me. And I don't know, I had never done anything in her class outside of that. I was never kicked out of the class. I was never reprimanded in class. I was, just there to learn and hang out, which is basically what everybody does in class in high school. So she was just out to get me. She wanted to call in other people, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, once again, the authorities are going to get involved. They're probably going to call Dr. Harrington and my church again.
Chris, I never knew you were such a troublemaker in school.
I was, but everything was kept under wraps. That was my claim to fame, was I was able to keep things kind of cool.
Oh my
Kept everything kind
God.
of cool. Being in the public eye in high school normally is not a good thing. So I tried to keep as much of mine private. And I think I did a pretty good job. But to have that, especially going through, like puberty and that sexual time growing up, like, what the worst experiences to have. I mean, let alone, your girlfriend telling you, or any girl in high school telling you, I'm pregnant. For most guys, is going to be like, oh my God, she's pregnant. How do I take care of this baby? I don't even have a job. At that point, I would think I was working at Staples. So, really rolling in the dough. So if we've got a baby, how much are diapers? I got this. So I was already in the pits with the thought of having a baby, but then the accusation that, like, oh my God, I was an abusive guy. And if anybody knows me, growing up with 3 sisters, I wasn't. I was
harmless. I was harmless gentleman
so
sitting next to me
gentle.
right now. Like, I'm so thrown off by these stories because I've known Chris for
They were
my
so
whole
harsh.
life, and
They were
I've
so
never
harsh.
associated any of this stuff. For anyone that might be like, "What an asshole! Why is he pushing?" I've never known him to do any of these things even remotely.
and now growing up, it's like, was I like that in high school? Like, I want to now see the growing up Frasciello and seeing how I was in high school. Was I this hot-headed monster that
think so.
that these stories could
I feel like
depict
none
me
of us
to be?
would have hung out with
like
you.
sick psychopath who likes to lollibang vaginas. Look, by the way, lollibang is coined.
Lollibang. Trademark TN.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
I'm so
very
sorry for
much.
the Chinese or Japanese for Joe.
Well, all my entire impressions of Jackie Chan this whole time have been horribly bad and racist. So.
Also, Jackie Chan is Chinese.
I know. I've just been doing just as generic, whatever. Oh my God. Well, Chris.
So that was me. That was me in a nutshell in high school, basically.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Me, on the other hand, I was just quiet and awkward.
You know, at that point, I was a quiet kid too, and I think that's why, for you, it's like a bit surprising that I had these like strange things happen to me. And for the most part, I was a quiet kid. You know, I didn't have the droves of friends, and I wasn't every day going out and hanging out with a ton of people. We weren't like I wasn't one of the cool kids. You know, hanging out every weekend together. I was still playing video games. I was still farting around with my friends doing literally nothing. But one thing that was like funny about me growing up is I was always self-conscious, and I was always scared to be viewed in the limelight. I never wanted to be the center of attention. The hardest thing for me growing up were doing like those oral presentations. I'll write you a freaking stack of stories or reports and turn it in. But even if I wrote a report and you say, okay, now you individually, while everybody else is sitting down in the classroom, have to walk your report up and put it on my desk, that would scare me. And I would be embarrassed to do that. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, I like to sing, so I'm going to be in every musical in high school. That totally contradicted the way that I felt internally, but at the same time, I'm like, I do like this craft. This is something that I want to do. Maybe if I do more of this, maybe if I do more of this performance or extroverted activity, it'll make me more of an extroverted person, because I liked seeing the way other people were, who were the really cool and outgoing people.
Performing for people. I'm always skittish at first, but once I'm in the zone, I love it. I thrive off that.
Yeah, and I think that's where my band that I'm in now came from. But in high school, I was definitely, I wanted to just mind my own business, and the only thing that I got heated about was sports, because that was one thing that I liked to do. I was good at it, and I wasn't embarrassed to play unless I messed up. And then I wanted to hide in the corner or blow my lid and just be like, ah, damn it.
Chris is fiercely competitive.
I'm fiercely competitive to the point where I almost had to retire with our friends. And our friends growing up, they weren't the best of athletes.
No, yeah.
But I would encourage them to play.
Yeah.
And when we would play and the deck was stacked against me, which
worst.
I would always set it up that way, because I'm like, I am a good athlete. I can kind of hold my own, so I can kind of carry my other friends who aren't as good. But then when things started going sour, I started going sour.
Yeah.
And nothing ever
Because
came
then
good about
the other
it.
team would always have people that weren't necessarily better, but they had edges in certain areas. Like Zoobs was super fast.
Mm-hmm.
So he would just all of a sudden be running circles, and you're like, why is Zoobs going around us? Zoobs is the star of the show today.
Zoobs is the start of the show. Zoobs is always going to be the star of the show. One more thing I'd like to touch on about high school was, when you're growing up and you're seeing other people's successes, especially like in middle school and high school, so you're not part of the cool crowd. I never kind of wanted to be part of that cool crowd. I almost wanted to have like attributes of that, almost like a Deadpool. So there were some people like Brent Napoleon. I wanted his raw speed. He was like the fastest kid alive in my mind.
Records.
I wanted his speed. I didn't want like anything else, but I wanted his speed. I wanted like this person's height. I wanted this person's ability to like command a room or project their voice. I wanted that. Like I wanted the lighter color eyes, something like that. That's kind of how I saw the way, like, I wanted this person's book smarts. I wanted this person's ability to persuade people. That's how I kind of saw myself.
I had a little bit with that too, but everything was geared towards the presentation, the aura of being liked. It'd be like, I'm a very big observer, so I was very big on like if someone commanded a room, like if we had a class clown, for me I was like, fuck, I want to be that. What is he doing? And I would just study it. I'd never be able to implement it because I was so reserved, but I'd be like, man, I love how he just goes for it. I wish I had that confidence, or I wish I just didn't care like he does and just blurts stuff out and people are just laughing. And I did the same thing on the comedy aspect.
I agree. I did. The class clown in school was really fun.
Yeah.
It was very difficult and a very tight rope to walk, but sometimes you get a couple of victories in there.
Yeah, of course. Well, Chris, thank you for coming on.
Joe, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
People want to get a hold of you, social media or any form of contact, if they want to hear the band.
Ooh, okay, so shout out to the band. We are called Cellar 13. We are basically a band full of cops, but we have a shit ton of fun. Cellar 13, CELLAR 13. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. We actually have a gig coming up in Hillsdale, New Jersey at the Cornerstone on January 20th.
January 20th, Hillsdale.
We'll be there. I am the singer, and we play a lot of good stuff. Actually, my younger sister Elizabeth is now joining our band for a couple of songs, and she's adding an element that is really putting us through the roof.
Oh, sure, yeah. And then way to reach you. Any
Way to reach me.
formats?
201. You can call the home phone if you want to keep up. No, you could reach me, Chris Frasciello. I'm on Facebook. I think I have a Twitter handle, but I don't touch it very often. I do have Snapchat. You can find me on Snapchat. I love Snapchat. And I'm going to be creating my own YouTube channel. So it'll probably be Chris Frasciello, because I don't think that there's anyone, anyone out there like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Joe.